All right, so like this part right here, this is what annoys me the most. It makes me just want to go crazy. If this happens to be the first video of mine that you are watching, my name is No Limit Eddie. I'm a 24-year-old American who lives and travels abroad full time. On this channel, I document my experiences and share them with you with the hope of making your journey, your experience a little bit better. With that being said, in today's video, I'm talking about the things that I hate about living in Uganda as an African American. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and smash the like on today's video. Let's get into it. All right, so on to point number one. All right, now, and when I say I hate these things, guys, it doesn't mean I actually like hate them, like, oh, but it just means that like I dislike them, or even to the point where it's like, if this was not like this, it might be ideal, right? Okay, so the first one is the rain, all right? Now, growing up where I grew up in Los Angeles, there wasn't very much rain, and when it did rain, it wasn't a very big deal because the infrastructure of America is freaking top-notch in the bigger cities, right? And so when it did rain, it's like you have all pavement, you have drainage systems, sewer systems, it just works, right? The system just works. Now, on a flip side, when we're here in Uganda, man, it rains a lot, and the systems are not very well built. And they're not consistently built throughout the whole city. Like, I'm in Kampala, which is the capital, right? It's like the main spot of Uganda. I think Entebbe might be like the business capital, I think, but Kampala is the actual capital. I don't know. But regardless, Kampala is the city, you know what I mean? That's the New York, that's the LA, that's London of Uganda. So even in all these areas here, the sewage system is not really fully developed, even though it rains a lot. So what ends up happening is, in point number two, I want to talk about unpaved roads and how that negatively adds into the rain. But let's just say, for example, you could be out and it just starts pouring down rain. You know what I mean? It's like gushing rain. You know what I mean? And you know there's mad amounts of puddles everywhere, deep puddles, because the roads have potholes in them, and it's just like, for a place that rains a lot, they're not very well equipped to deal with the rain, right? Now, when the sun comes up, the sun dries everything pretty quick, but it's just not ideal still right now. You also got to hang your clothes up outside. And when you're hanging your clothes up outside, and next thing you know, it rains, it's like, dang, I just washed these clothes. Now I just got soaked with rainwater, and then maybe it dries a little bit, then it rains again, it dries a little bit. And so then it's like, oh my, I'm about to get mildew on my clothes because, you know, it keeps getting wet and dry, and it's kind of like not ideal. So the rain is the first thing. Every negative has a pro. So Uganda is a very beautiful country with the amount of greenery that's here, the amount of plants, the amount of wildlife that's here. And of course that comes down to it raining. So, you know what I mean? For Uganda to be Uganda, it has to rain. So I can't hate on it too much, but it's just like, isn't this like, you know, for somebody who's not a rainy person, that does happen. Good thing though is that when it does rain, it's still sunny and it's still warm. So it's not like a cold rain. So yeah. Number two, we got unpaved roads. Now, every country, even America, has unpaved roads. But the thing about it is, like, the ones here in Uganda, they're made out of dirt. All right, I'm holding the phone tight so I can snatch, but look at the road, like, then just dip off into a cavern. Like, this is how the roads look. Like, it don't even look, the camera make it look better than it really do. You know, it's like, look. You gotta cross this to get this out here, like. It's not showing the depth as good as the eyes will. Right? And it's the fact that they're made out of dirt, which makes them not ideal, what we just talked about in number one, which is the rain. So you basically are like in monsoon season. You're like you're on a road and there's rivers flowing through and mud is through there, and then you got it's slippery on some portions and there's puddles in other portions. By the way, it's Eddie here. It's super loud. I'm in an airport right now, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick message. For those of you guys who are like, okay, I'm in an airport, like I said. How do you travel? How do you do the things that you're doing without ever talking about going to work, without ever talking about having to clock in or clock out for your job or have to ask for time off? Well, I created a free training. It's 10 minutes long, and it's in the description of my video. If you've always wanted to know how to make money online, well, now is a really good time to learn. Click the link in my description and put your name and email in and watch the free training. Then it just looks like chocolate milk is everywhere. Then a car comes by, and if the car come by and you close to the car, he's gonna splash mud on you. So it's kind of a little wild, man, with the unpaved roads. And not only are they unpaved, like they're not even like smooth. So Like you almost have to have a 4x4 car to go through this. You know, you walking and have your ankles up, have your ankles down. Like if you're not built to walk like this, you're not really built to walk for this, because there's been many times I'm like, oh my goodness, did I roll my ankle? Did I twist my ankle? Am I gonna have to, you know, ice it up? Like they're very, very, very like uneven roads, like crazy levels of uneven. So in Egypt, the roads are also very uneven too. But because it doesn't rain, they didn't build like these ditches on the side, and I don't know how to like the roads are just better in Egypt, even though they're also unpaved, right? Because usually the roads in Egypt will also have some base layer of rock. Here it's just mud, and when you add the rain to it, the topography is always changing because the water's flowing through it and different things like that. So the roads become very uneven. So that's kind of annoying too, especially when you add it into the rain. Number 3, this is the third thing that I don't really like about Uganda, and this is a big one. Like I knew I was gonna come and face this when I came here because I lived in Tanzania already. So you have power outages and you have water outages. This is a big one. You know, I work online, I work on my computer, and when you don't have consistency of electricity, that's not ideal, right? Because that can interrupt your flow state, it can interrupt your work, right? When you have water outages, of course, I don't need water to work per se, but like if you're not able to wash your hands, not able to take a shower, how can you feel positive to work, right? Like that's kind of one of those aspects of like you need to feel positive, you know, look good, feel good, play good. So you kind of like, you know, you need to be able to have running water just to be comfortable. And so it doesn't happen often, I'll say that, but it does happen, and it can happen quite unexpectedly. Like it can just happen. They won't tell you or anything like that, and you just got to be prepared for that. So the power outages are not ideal, nor are the water outages. You know, so boom, that right there is that. And one thing I do want to mention too about the roads is I'm gonna like put in clips of all this stuff too. Like I want to put in clips of what the roads look like when it's raining, all kind of stuff, so you guys will see that. But then one thing I do like about the roads, it's not make it all negative, is that you'll just see like goats and chickens, and I even saw cows the other day. It's like in a road, you know what I mean? And I do like that aspect of it, like that the nature and the wildlife is kind of just right here. And it's not something you see every day or everywhere. So I do like that aspect of the roads, and maybe if it was paved, it wouldn't be as good for the animals. And you guys know I'm an animal fan, so. Yeah, I do like seeing that. All right, this right here is the last one. Okay, this is the last thing I don't like about Uganda is the cost of internet. Internet here is expensive, right? Now, what do I mean by internet is expensive? Because expensive is all relative, okay? But in the States, okay, I will pay $22 for internet. Now, and that was unlimited. Like, use as much as you want for however long you want. No recap, no nothing. Just run it up. 22. In Egypt, I was spending around £1 per gigabyte. Okay, a pound is like cents. Okay, £1 per gigabyte, cents. If I want to buy like a gigabyte here, I'm going to spend like $1. Okay, minimum of $1, probably a little bit more than $1. I think it's also expensive because I feel like I'm spending like $30,000 every time I get a new data, and I'm buying like one data every week, at least one data a week. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 120. So I'm probably spending like over $30 on Wi-Fi. You know what I mean? And for me, I was used to spending like $13 in Egypt for Wi-Fi. And a Wi-Fi is, I'm not going to say it's better, but it's very strong and it's very stable. So and me personally too, I don't like things that I got to keep replenishing consistently. I prefer to just buy it and have it. So here it's like you kind of got to keep buying small, because the way they have the packages is like a week, a month, this and this and that. You kind of almost have to buy it like inchy, and I don't like that per se. So yeah, the cost of internet is not ideal for me. The voice cost though, like the cost to like do phone calls is very, very affordable. But I honestly feel like the best value you ever get wasn't this. It might have been in the States because it was unlimited internet and it was high speed, right? So this is just things that I noticed, things that I don't like, and all these things kind of combine to reasons why I wouldn't really want to live here full time. because it's like, okay, you got the weather, which is good, it's warm, but then it's always raining, and I'm not like a rainy person, and I hate walking outside and my shoes are dirty, and this is mud here and mud there, or big puddles here, and the rain can interfere with your life because most people take boaters everywhere they go, and so if it's raining, you don't really want to be in the back of a motorcycle, so the rain can really affect your day-to-day life, you know. Then you got, like I said, the unpaved roads, which is just annoying to walk on sometimes. You here, there. It's not the most ideal. And then you got the water and power outages, right? And so it's like, dang, okay, now I'm paying more money for the internet to work, and then I can't even use the internet because I don't even got power, right? So it's just small nuances and things like that where it's just like Egypt is the most optimal place that I've ever been to, where it's like I get the quality of life that I desire at the cost that I desire with a surrounding environment of people who are chill, very friendly. So it's just that little combination. I am going to do a video of like Egypt compared to Uganda at a later day, and stuff like that. But either way, those are the things that I dislike about Uganda. I still think Uganda is a fantastic country. In conclusion, there's a lot of reasons why living in Uganda may not be for you, right? But there's also a ton of reasons why Uganda might be the perfect place for you to live. And you can find out all about that in a video that I created called The Things That I Love About Uganda. I'll leave a card here for you guys to check out and watch. All right, see you guys in the next one. Yah willing. Shalom.